we've invented electricity for a start, let alone mobile phones, the internet,
yeah.
staplers, underwired bras, and yet 9 to 5 is still the prevailing way of working. And I would defy any organisation to have that profound a connection with a menopause group in an office. Has been truly life-changing for me. It is my favourite subject. From the get-go, we were considering, how do we build profound connection in this way? How do we build culture in this way? Whereas I think so many organizations are basically saying, oh, this all happens in the office. And when you're choosing to work from home, that's, you're off in your own
You're
space.
taking yourself away from that.
Exactly. And that is so uninclusive, when actually what it should be is that if one person is working remotely, you are leading a remote team, even if everyone else is in the office. The point that you're saying that actually work style and autonomous working doesn't work if it's not underpinned by trust. And that doesn't happen organically. Trust needs to be nurtured, it needs to be role modeled by leaders, it needs to be recognized, and it needs to be rewarded as a business. And I think too many organizations, particularly during the pandemic, flipped into working remotely without recognizing the changes in culture that need to be made in order for that to really work brilliantly.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree on the trust point, because it's something that we've covered in the homework, because we realized straight away that when suddenly everyone is, not together in the office, there was so much of that, the presenteeism and that sort of management by seeing who was around.
Yeah.
If you realize that you don't have those proper connections with your team and you don't really know them or understand them properly, and then the trust isn't there fundamentally, then that's going to cause issues. And that's where so many of the problems are, rather than actually an issue with the style of working itself.
I think that too often culture is not seen as a revenue generator. I think people think, oh, culture's, that's a nice to have, that's something HR should just handle, rather than it being something that if you don't do it by design, it will design itself. Right. And actually, if you get the culture right, that can really affect your performance as a business. That's a source of competitive advantage. But I think too many organizations think that just kind of happens by itself, rather than investing in designing the right culture to underpin the kind of business that they want to run.